Okay, right. Good afternoon, everyone. What is the last concept? XPath is done, right? Okay. Online students, is it the screen is visible? Online students can respond in the chat window. All the online students can respond in the chat window. Okay, right. Let's get started then. So we need to begin understanding in writing with the program with the help of Selenium. I mean, as simple as we need to begin taking care about how we can write automation program. The first thing we got manual testing. Meaning of manual testing? Testing done by human interactions. Meaning of automation testing? Testing done by the tool. What is the tool we are working? What is the tool we are working? Selenium. In that, we need to begin taking care about in working with Selenium WebDriver. So we need to begin taking care about writing with the programs in Selenium WebDriver. To write programs in Selenium WebDriver. To write programs in Selenium WebDriver, first we need to get comfortable taking with object identification, and then we need to get comfortable taking with core Java concepts here. By having both the things, we need to get consider that writing with the program in Selenium WebDriver. So let's see that how exactly we can write that particular program. To write that particular program, we need to get followed some hierarchy, or we can consider we need to get followed some standards here. What exactly the standards need to be followed? What exactly the standards need to be get followed in writing with programming with the help of Selenium WebDriver. So going forward for the whole programming, it can be Selenium programming or Java programming. We need to be get followed with the same standards only. So let's understand what exactly mean by that, what exactly that particular standards need to be get followed. For that, the first understanding on which basis we need to be get develop automation scripts, on which basis we have to develop automation scripts. Based on test cases, based on manual test cases, based on manual test cases, we need to get start developing with automation script. See the understanding. First, we have to take care about manual test cases. Based on manual test cases, based on manual test cases, we need to be get develop automation script. Based on manual test cases, we need to be get develop automation script. Okay. Now, the meaning of developing automation script. The meaning of developing automation script need to be get taking care about in performing that particular respective action. As simple as you are referring with manual test cases. By referring manual test cases, you need to start developing automation scripts here. Now, developing the automation script. Right. Now, again say that, which need to begin developing the automation script, considering that we need to begin perform that particular action here. Now, according to your understandings, if we want to begin according to your understanding, if we want to begin perform an action, how we can perform the action? When you're taking with programming, you want to be perform an action. How we can perform an action? Taking with, what is it? Method, right? If we want to begin perform an action, it will be taking with the help of the method. This method, how many types we got? Method, how many types? 2 types. What are those? Multiple answers. As simple as you got in a method. How many types of methods we will have? 2 types. What are those? The one you will be mentioning the predefined. Another one, considering that user defined. As simple as you will be taking with method, that particular method, considering the 2 types, the one you will be considering the predefined method, user defined method. That predefined method, it can be related to Java or it can be related to Selenium. So when you are considering with the method, that particular method, we got in 2 types here. Predefined method, user defined method. Predefined method related to Java or related to Selenium. In a similar way, user defined methods also, it can be related to Java or it can be related to Selenium. Okay. Now, as simple as if we consider method in general, methods will be available in, where methods will be available? Class. Always methods has been available in class. Any possibility of methods can be available in outside of the class? No. So at any cost, always methods has to be available in class only. Now, if we consider class, class will be available in, class will be available in package. So if we consider class, always class will be available in package. You may consider Java You may consider Selenium as part of programming. In simple, need to be performed action. How we can perform an action? Taking with method. Method is available in class. Class is available in package. Package will be available in package available in online students. Knowing it? Knowing or not? Heard it or not? As simple as method has been available in class. Class has been available in package. Package has been available in jar file. Jar file available in okay. Google available in system available in hostel. Nice idea. Okay. See the understanding. Now, the requirement is we need to be get work with Selenium automation. Now, see the understanding. See the understanding here. Requirement is we need to be go with Selenium automation. If you want to be get work with the Selenium automation, it's not like you guys need to be go with doing with the huge programming related to Selenium. Related to Selenium. Already the Selenium guys provided predefined methods. Selenium guys has been already created with methods. All that methods provided in class. That class has been provided in package. That package has been provided in jar file. That jar files has been provided in Google. So you can considering that Google or which you can considering the respective website here. From that particular website or from that particular Google, you need to be get downloading that particular jar files here. So once you are having jar files, you will be taking care about doing with all that particular programming here. Now, the very first understanding. If you want to be get work with Selenium. If you want to be get work with Selenium, what we require? Eclipse idea. Laptop. If you want to be work with Selenium, what we require? Jar files has been required. To work with Selenium, you need to be get taking care about Selenium jar files here. Based on jar files. Based on jar files. What you can access? What you can access? Packages. Based on packages, class. Based on the class, method. What is the use of the method? To perform an action. So that action you are performing is nothing but developing an automation script. That automation script you are developing with based on manual testing cases. So now the whole understanding in a very simple way. As simple as if you want to be get work with the programming, Java programming, Selenium programming, you require a jar files here. Without having jar files, you cannot continue with the programming. Maybe when you guys are working Java programming, did you downloaded any jar files? While working with programming, in case of core Java, when you work with the programming, did you download any jar files? No. In general, no. The reason is you will be downloading based on the requirement, but while working Eclipse, when you created any project, Java project in Eclipse, what is option you will get? JRE system library. In Eclipse, if you are creating with the Java project, by default, you will be having the option of JRE system library. All the required jar files taken care by Eclipse only. Because of that, you will not be adding default jar files here. Some program specific need to be get added. But now our requirement is, it's not like working with only Java. We have to take care about in working with Selenium. So if you want to work with Selenium, what we require? To work with Selenium, what we require? Jar files. Based on jar files, what you can access? Packages. Based on packages? Class. Based on the class? Method. What is the use of the method? To perform an action. So that is what you will be taking care about following with programming hierarchy. Now, you can see that according to programming, how will get access for method? How will get access for method? By calling main method. You want to be get access for method. In general, how will get access for method? Taking with the help of object. What is the use of the object? To call the methods. If we want to be get access for the method, you need to be get taking care about creating with object here. In a similar way, you need to be get taking care about get access for class. How will get access for class? Predefined class. How you will get access for predefined classes? By import. If you want to be get access for class, you need to be get import that particular respective package, and then you need to be get access for package. How will get access for package? How will get access for package? Considering that add jar files to project. So you need to be get add jar files to project. Once you got add jar files to project, you will be able to get access that package. Now need to be get access for jar files. How you can get access for jar files? How will you get access? Taking with download. You can download from Google or you can download from that particular respective website. So if we get cross check your whole training program, what you done for the core Java? How many months? 3 months you done, huh? Okay. So the 3 months of core Java, what you learn? Nothing. Huh? Core Java you learn, very perfect. The 3 months of core Java looks like you learn lot of things here. But unfortunately, you have been learned with the only hierarchy of method, class, and then package. That is what you learned it. If you want to cross-check, you can cross-check. Based on your program requirement, just to have been created multiple methods. For that methods, you created multiple classes. For that particular multiple classes, you have been created with multiple packages here. Looks like you done with lot of things in Java, but if you just look into the whole conclusion of the Java, you will be having with method, that method will be available in class, that class will be available in package. To get programming for doing the access, you got created with object and they got imported with package. In case of you done with advanced Java, you have been taking care about downloading jar files and then need to be get added to the project. This is what your programming hierarchy or Selenium. Now we are working with Selenium. While working with the Selenium, so the first understanding to work with Selenium, what we require? To work with Selenium, what we require? Jar files has been required. Based on jar files, what you can access? Packages. Based on packages, class. Based on the class, taking with method. Use of the method to perform any action. Now we can see here, considering with the whole Selenium, if you want to begin, start work with Selenium. If you want to begin, start work with other Selenium, you need to begin completing with this particular Selenium setup. I mean, if you want to begin, start right with the program in Selenium, you have to take care about your laptop or your system has been ready with Selenium installation. That Selenium installation, what is a Java installation? So you need to download JDK and you have to install the .exe file here. But Selenium, not like any .exe files, not required to download and to install any .exe file. Just need to begin taking care about the whole Selenium setup. Let's see that what exactly that particular Selenium setup need to be done. In that, first thing, you will be mentioning that download and install jdk.exe. What is the first step? Download and install jdk.exe. That is what first step need to be done. After that, you will be taking with second step, mentioning that download and then copy Eclipse IDE. So download and copy Eclipse IDE. These two things you are already done. Done or not? Already available. So again not required to uninstall it and reinstall. You are already done. These two, you will be continued with the same thing here. Along with this, you have to take care about. Along with this, you need to take care about download Selenium jar files. Download Selenium jar files and add it to project. Download Selenium jar files and add it to project. You need to begin. Download Selenium jar files and need to begin add it to project. Okay. So how to do? We'll understand. Once it has been done, taking with the next step, mentioning that download driver.exe file. Download driver.exe file based on browser. Download .exe file based on browser. I mean, what is the browser you are working? What is the browser you are working? Based on that particular browser, you need to begin download that particular driver.exe file. That means you need to begin mentioning that download driver.exe file based on browser to local system. You need to just download to the local system, not like installing. You are not installing, not required to install anything. You need to download jar files and add it to project. You need to download driver.exe file based on browser to local system. In that the one you will be mentioning that Firefox browser. Assume that you want to begin work with Firefox browser. Assume that you want to begin work with Firefox browser. Right. Now, I can say that if you want to begin work with Firefox browser, you need to begin taking care about. You need to begin downloading driver.exe file, considering that gecko driver.exe. Little bit need to be careful related to this particular Selenium setup. Little bit need to be careful related to this particular Selenium setup. I mean, while working this particular one, you need to begin taking care about all the setup here. Any one step got missed, we cannot work with Selenium programming. Along with this, assume that you want to be work with Chrome browser. Then you need to be download Chrome driver.exe. In case of Chrome browser, you will be taking with Chrome driver.exe. And then we got considering the Edge browser. In case of Edge browser, you need to begin download Edge driver.exe. So the one considering the gecko driver.exe and then Chrome driver.exe and then Edge driver.exe. Not required to download all the drivers here. Not required to download all the drivers. If your program requirement, if you want to be work with Firefox browser, what is the driver? Gecko driver. In case of Chrome browser, what is the driver? Chrome driver. In case of Edge browser, Edge driver. And little bit more comfortable about compatibility. You have to take care about compatibility. I mean, in your local system, if your browser is a very high version, in your local system, if the browser is very higher version, this drivers also higher version. If the browser is lower version, driver also lower version. As simple as assume that you are maintaining or you got this BMW, then you have to maintain that level driver. In case of you are maintaining Alto, then you have to maintain driver according to that. Based on your vehicle, the driver will be maintained here. Now assume that you are maintaining BMW. For that BMW, is that you will recruit RTC driver? Yes or no? No, right? If you are maintaining high-end vehicle, the driver also should be high-end here. As simple as in your system, if the browser is higher version, driver also higher version. If the browser is lower version, then driver also lower version. Assume that in your laptop, you got higher version of the browser, then you are downloading lower version of the driver, it will not be working. So to work with Selenium, if you want to be good, work with the Selenium. If you want to be good, work with the Selenium. First, you need to be make sure that JDK got installed. And what is the next one? Eclipse. Those two already done, so not required to install. Those two already done, not required to install here. What is the next one here? You need to download Selenium jar files. Not only downloading. Once it has been downloaded, next what you have to do? Add it to project. So how to download? Right, see that. So how to download? We're looking to the steps here. First, you need to be complete, download, and then need to be get added to the project. And what is the last one? Need to download driver.exe file based on browser. So let's see that how exactly we can perform. JDK, you are already done. Eclipse, you are already done. Let's take care about Selenium jar files here. So let's take care about Selenium jar file. To download Selenium jar file, you need to be get refer. This particular Selenium website. If you want to be get download this particular Selenium jar file, you need to be get refer the Selenium URL. Make a note of this URL. Make a note of this particular URL. Online students also make a note of this URL. Little bit need to be comfortable, the whole setup here. Any small step got missed it, you will not be able to work with the programming. So need to be make sure that downloading the Selenium jar files here. For that, you need to be refer. For that, you need to be refer this particular website. Okay, right. Now you can see here, if we refer this particular website, what is option you got here? Selenium server grid. We are not working with the grid. We are not worried. Let's come down. Once you come down, you will be having the option. What is the option? WebDriver, language bindings. Which language we are working? Java. Having the Java option? Right. So you need to be just taking care about. You need to be just taking care about having with this particular option. You need to be refer that particular respective Selenium website. Once you got refer, you will be able to see that having with Java option. Just you can click on that. It will be downloading. That particular zip file. It will download. Once you have been, click on that. You will be able to see that. It will be downloading with one particular folder. That particular folder, you can copy to your local system. That particular folder, you can copy to your local system. For example, as part of my system, I created one folder. What is a folder? Jar files. In a similar way, you can create one folder in your local system. It can be C drive, D drive, doesn't make any problem. Just you can create one particular folder mentioning the jar files here. Under this, you can copy. Under this, you can provide. That particular zip file here. I've been already having, that is what, downloading with the zip file Selenium-Java. Once you download it, just you can do right click. Once you download it, you can just do with the right click. What is option you will get? Extract here. You can use the option. Extract here. Once you done option of extract here, it will be extracting all that particular jar files here. As simple as to work with Selenium, you are downloading this particular Selenium folder. It will download it as zip format. Once it has been downloaded, you need to be extracted. Once you done with the extract, once you have been done with the extract, once it has been done with the extract, having all the jar files here. What is the file type here? not exe. Executable jar file. Executable jar file here. So all the jar files are there. You can open the folder. What is the folder? Lib. If you open the, some more jar files are there. We are not worried. We are not worried how many jar files are there. We are not worried how many jar files are there. As simple as you have been downloaded that particular Selenium jar files folder. Once you done with the extract, what are all jar files are there, that particular jar files, you need to be get added to the project. How to add, you will understand. For now, you got taking care about downloading with Selenium jar files. Just you need to be go to Selenium website. Once you refer Selenium website, taking with the option of Java, and then you will be clicking on that particular link. It will be downloading Selenium jar files here. Once it got downloaded, then you need to be get added to project. How to add, that you will understand. For now, we done with the steps of downloading jar files. You done with the steps of downloading jar files to local system. You need to download jar files to local system. You are just creating one particular folder considering that jar files here. You are just creating one folder taking with jar files. Under that folder, you are maintaining Selenium-Java, which you will be taking with .zip. So that you will be taking with that zip folder. It will be downloaded. After that, you are taking care about extract here. Then all the jar files will be extracted. Then that jar files need to add it to project. Okay. So how to add? We'll look into that. Before going to that, apart from jar files, what we record? Driver.exe. Apart from the jar files, we required driver.exe. Assume that you need to download Chrome driver.exe for Chrome browser based on browser version. You need to be download Chrome driver.exe. You need to be download Chrome driver.exe based on browser version. Okay. Now you can see that. Now you can see the option here. For that, how you can download. Let's see here. How you can download. Just go to this Google page. You can type. What you will type? Chrome driver.exe space download. Just you can type in Google. Chrome driver.exe space download. Now you will be getting with first URL. You will be getting with a very first URL. Just make a note of this URL. Just make a note of this particular URL. Chrome driver.exe for Chrome browser. Just make a note of that particular URL. Online students also make a note of that URL. Okay. Right. Now we can see that how to download that driver.exe file. Now see the understanding. See the understanding here. If we look into this, these particular driver depends on Chrome version. If Chrome version is 106, what should be the driver? 106. If Chrome version is 105, what should be the driver? 105. If Chrome version is 104, driver also 104. So based on your browser version, you need to download driver.exe file. So first, you need to be cross-checked that what is the browser version in your system. How you will cross-check that what is the version? How you will get to know what is the version of your browser? What is it? So need to be going with the settings. Otherwise, the easy option you can try for control panel. The easy option you can try for control panel, taking with this program and install a program. Now we can see here what are all the things installed. This Chrome, what is the version? 105, 105. So according to my system, so I need to take with 105. Then you need to be download 105. Just click on that. Just click on this. Once you click on this, once you click on that, you will be able to see. Once you have been click on that, you will be able to see that having the option Linux, Mac, Windows 32-bit. It is mentioned 32, but even though 64-bit also it will work. It is mentioned 32, but the same file, it will be working for 64-bit also. Once you download, again, what is the format? Zip file. It will download in a zip file. You need to create folder name. What is the folder name? Drivers. Just in your local system, you can create one folder considering that drivers. Click on that. So under that, you can maintain all your driver.exe file. So I've been already downloaded, done with extract here. So this is how you need to get start downloading the required driver.exe file. This is related to Chrome browser. Consider the Firefox browser. In case of Firefox browser, what need to download? Gecko driver.exe. You need to be download Gecko driver.exe. So again, you will be taking with first URL. Just make a note of this particular URL. So this is, you can considering that gecko driver.exe, gecko driver.exe for Firefox browser, based on browser version, So one is Selenium jar files. Another one which you will be taking with this Chrome driver and then taking with Gecko driver. So to work with Selenium, you need to be get complete. All these particular setup need to be done. Okay. Right. So need to be get taking care about having with all these particular options. You need to be get taking care about all these particular options. So this is what you need to be get taking care about. URLs related to the jar files here. You need to be get refer those particular things and you need to be get download all the required jar files here. So before working with the Selenium, you need to be make sure that completing the Selenium setup. In that, what is the first step need to be done? Download and install jdk.exe. After that, download and copy Eclipse IDE. After that, download Selenium jar files and add it to project. What is the last one? Download driver.exe files to local system. So first two things already done. Selenium jar file, refer that website, download it, maintain in your local system. Driver.exe, not like all the driver, whatever the browser you want to work. You can refer that website and download driver.exe file and maintain in your local system. Not required to install, just need to be maintained in your local system. Now we got the jar files, we got driver.exe file. Both are available. As both are available, need to be get start doing the programming. But for doing the programming according to Selenium, to work with the Selenium, what we required? To work with Selenium, what we required? Jar files. If you want to be get work with Selenium, jar files has been required. Based on jar files, what you can access? Based on jar files, what you can access? Packages. Based on packages, class. Based on the class, method. Use of the method to perform any action. So now we need to be get taking care about adding jar files to the project. We need to be get taking care about adding jar files to the project. So how to add Selenium jar files to the project? Make a note of the steps. take with the heading is steps to add jar files. Have a heading is take with the new heading is mentioning about steps to add jar files. Have a heading is considering the steps to add jar files. To add jar files to project. You need to understand what are the steps we need to follow to add jar files here. Okay, done. So now make a note of the steps. Take with the steps. Take with the first step. Make a note of the step. Take with the first step. Create new Java project. Create new Java project. Create new Java project. Create new Java project. Take the next step. Take the next step. Perform right click. Perform right click on created project. 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 Take the next step. Take the next step. Navigate to build path option. Navigate to build path option. Navigate to build path option. And same step. Navigate to build path option and click on configure build path option and click on configure build path option. Configure build path option. See the whole statement. See the whole statement. Navigate to build path option and click on configure build path option. Okay. Next, take the next step. Click on libraries tab. Click on libraries tab. Click on libraries tab. Okay. Take the next step. Take the next step. Click on class path option. Click on class path option. Click on class path option. Within a brackets, optional. Within a brackets, optional. Click on class path option. Within a brackets, optional. Close the bracket, continue the next statement. Close the bracket, continue the next statement. Click on add external jars button. 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 Take the next step. Browse all Selenium jar files. Browse all Selenium jar files. Browse all Selenium jar files. And then take the next step. Take the next step. Click on open button. Click on open button. Click on open button. Take the last step. Click on apply and close button. Click on apply and close button. Click on apply and close button. Okay. So that is what you need to be get look into that. That is what you need to be get look into that. Taking with other steps. What is the first step you written? What is the first step you written? Create Java project. What is the next step? Right click on created project. What is the next step? Navigate to build path option. From the build path, configure build path. After that, what is the next step? Click on libraries tab. After that, click on add external. You will be having click on class path option will be there in case of higher version. In your local system, if you guys are working with higher version of the JDK, you will be getting that option. So we'll be getting two options here, module path and class path. You guys need to be select the option of class path. Once you select option of the class path, then you will click on add external jar. Then you will be taking with jar files here. Once you got that jar files, you need to be get browse that particular jar files. So taking with all jar files and then add it to project here. So this is what you need to be get followed with the step. This is how you need to be get followed with the step in doing with programming. So once you got add with the jar files, then based on jar files, what we can access? What you can access? Packages. Based on packages, class. Based on the class, method. So that is what we are taking care of it. So Selenium is not at all difficult. Everything is predefined. Just need to be get understand how we can utilize all that particular methods. So what you can do is for tomorrow, you guys make sure that completing all this setup. Tomorrow session will be there. Tomorrow session will be there. So tomorrow we'll start writing with. Tomorrow is Saturday. Very perfect day we are starting it. So tomorrow will be started writing with that particular Selenium program here. So before that, make sure that your Selenium setup has been completed. So by that, tomorrow we'll add jar files to the project and we'll start writing with our actual Selenium program. So from there, we'll be continued in developing with all the automation script based on Selenium. In the meanwhile, take care about these particular installations here. In case of any issues in the lab, You will have the Selenium lab coordinators will be there. Take with the help of them. They will add the jar files to the project, or they will provide you the jar files also. If required, you can take with the help of them, but make sure that Selenium setup has been done. So from tomorrow, we'll start with our actual Selenium program of Selenium here. Okay? Clear? Carry on. Thank you.